you look at all of those goals, bro, and half the time they're just standing there. It's so easy, bro. It's so easy for any team in this league to have their best game of the season against this version of Tottenham Hotspur. Or ends 4-1 at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Trejo, how are you feeling?
Defeated in more ways than one. Dude, again, we're gonna get into the Ange conversation. Dude, we're down bad, and it's to a point now, right, where you're almost apathetic. Like, I went into this thinking like, there's no onus on us to do anything, because if we lose, that's what is expected, right? Like, we don't beat Arsenal, and that's just what we do, right, for the last several years, which is frustrating. But in all reality, right, like I came into this having little to no expectations, thinking, okay, then all of a sudden Arsenal goes up 1-0, and I'm like, well, you kind of, and God bless Jose's wife. She was like, it's not over, and I'm like, yeah, the way that we were playing though.
They were, bro. It wasn't like a respect thing. It was just like you guys didn't even want to play football. You were just like dry humping every Arsenal player on the pitch, bro.
Well, and in reality, dude, it reminded me of, like, I don't know how many people have seen Ted Lasso on this show. Maybe you all have, right? But when they go out,
love Ted Lasso.
Yeah, great, phenomenal show, right? But like when they saw Nate as like the manager and they came out the second half and they were just mad and like completely out of control, that's what it felt like. And then right after that, we respond and score, and I'm like, wait, do we want to win this? Like, is this a thing? Like, you know what? And that's exactly what happened. I told Jose, he's like, dude, you can't be like that. Yes, I can. Because I know what's going to happen here. I know what's going to happen. They're bringing me in just a little bit, going, hey, did you see that? We responded a little bit. I know you were kind of disinterested. Now you're in here. And then goal. And it's like, well, okay. And now here I am thinking, man, we could have done something. They've been really bad lately. We could have taken advantage of the poor form, and we didn't. I'm sitting here. We talked about new manager bounce, Kelso. I feel like you get a lot of the new manager bounce, dude. I'm thinking like new manager bounce, and they're playing bad, dude. We're about to go ball, and then we just laid that terrible performance. Disappointing, to say the least.
If we break it up half by half, I think the first half team was the way you played was definitely. I don't know what happened. I like what you said there, though. Now the Ted Lasso effect, where first half that the team played terribly. Second half they came out of the locker room and they were just angry, and then they obviously played differently and they made a lot of mistakes. I don't know. I kind of feel like Tottenham you're right. They did something changed in the second half that. It was either that or Arsenal. You just literally clicked on every level to showcase that, Tottenham just weren't putting it together. I mean, it's one of two things. Either Arsenal made everything work and they showcased why they are in number one in the league, or it was two, Spurs just kind of, I don't know. It just wasn't as good as the first half,
Yeah, bro, the first half, I'm sorry, bro. I'll be honest. I don't think Spurs had a good half in either of these games. Either one of these halves. I just don't. You can't look at this game and be like, yeah, Tottenham had a spell where they looked good against the Arsenal. Their one goal came on a mistake, just like the first goal of the first game, right? And the one at the Emirates, it was Richarlison getting a bad pass from, I think, Zubimeni in the midfield, and he chipped it from like 40 yards out or whatever it was. It was a random goal. They got it. And at the same time, when this goal went in, I think Trey remembers when I told him, I was like, that's fine. I mean, probably going to get one. We're still going to outscore you. And I just felt like it was going to go that way. Like, this Tottenham team didn't lose 4-1 for the lack of ability or talent. You look at all of those goals, bro, and half the time they're just standing there. It's so easy, bro. It's so easy for any team in this league to have their best game of the season against this version of Tottenham Hotspur. It really is that straightforward, bro. Like, I'm not even like crazy ecstatic over this win because it was expected. Like 8-2 on aggregate this season against Tottenham. It is what it is, bro. But I will stand by it. I don't think they had any good run of form, any spell where they were dominant. It was just Arsenal made a mistake. They capitalized on it. We dominated the rest of the game. Like I don't see. Justin, you disagree?
No, I don't disagree. And again, that was like when I looked at possession. Possession was at 74% Arsenal. How are you? Of course, we're not going to win the game. You don't get the ball. We don't
Yeah.
possess the ball. And then down, like, dude, you saw me and I was trying not to crash out because there's other people here and I'd rather crash out by myself and not be a psychopath so other people can see, right? But all of a sudden, with no minutes left, we're just trying to play it out of the back and build up and hey, we're gonna move the ball. Guys, that was supposed to happen early in the game. Now is urgency. Now send it. Now people that are good athletes. Now I want to see you, Dono. I want to see you go run, Don. Go run. Go be a good athlete. Go take the ball down and shoot it. Richie, you play every other fifth game we have. Go. You're not tired. You ain't doing anything. So go run, dude. Go be a good athlete. Go be the guy that everybody tells me we should be in love with because you're just so abused and people in Brazil are using me for money. Dude, I don't care, bro. You're not good. Like, bro, if I was using you for money, bud, I'm telling you right now, I'd give it back and say, bro, I don't even deserve this. You don't. You should probably give it back to Spurs. It
Yeah,
just,
bro.
dude, I'm so tired of
Yeah.
watching just lackluster. There it is, right there. That alone, right?
This is a crazy 6 big
Look at that.
chances to 0. Like that's
Yep.
that's insane. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's there's nothing in here that's encouraging. So again, right? You remove Thomas Frank, you get to this point. Igor Tudor's not going to make this team suddenly play amazing football. Bro, I was worried slightly about a new manager bounce in the sense that Tottenham would maybe just believe that, like the players would believe that was the issue, even though I think most educated fans know that isn't. I think it really lies with the players. But let's say mentally, right? Okay, the issue's gone. We have a Band-Aid now in place. We'll feel a little bit better. It's our biggest rival. We should be up for this game already. Let's go ahead. Let's get into it. Let's get stuck in now. And you saw that in the first 5-10 minutes. Like Spurs were pressing. I'll give them that. The energy was there. But 30 minutes in, bro, once the first goal went, and even how the first goal happened, Eze was able to touch the ball to himself, let the ball come right around his facial area, and then drop all the way down for him to shoot it again on his left foot with no one contesting it. Like,
Good goal.
Yeah, bro. It just, and then, yeah, goal. It's like how do you expect the fans, the players, anyone to believe in this team when they don't believe it themselves? Like, and bro, the scariest part about all of this, the scariest part is I don't think this team has the mental to withstand a relegation battle. It's just different, bro. Like, Leeds has done this time and time again. Burnley has done this time and time again. Like, these players know how to fight tooth and nail. They may not always be successful with it, but I don't think Tottenham understands how to deal with this kind of pressure. The comparison I made to Justin when we were watching was like, what I say, Trey, it was it's like an extremely rich man, right? A big club, a rich man who suddenly becomes broke and like just doesn't know how to survive in the world as a broke man. You just don't. As a poor individual, you don't know how to live that life. You don't know, you don't have the street smarts to do it, right? That's how I feel about Tottenham. If they're 4 points. If we go into this table here, they're 4 points away. If I can zoom in on this a little bit. Brother, like they're 4 points away from a relegation spot. And they still have to play Forest. They still have to play Brighton, Sunderland, Palace. I mean, Wolves are going to be in there as well. I know you guys have them coming up. There's a lot here that I think presents a very scary scenario for Tottenham Hotspur. Trejo, you guys get relegated?
No, I'm going to say no to that. And now, does that mean we end up? I'm not saying like, hey, we don't get relegated and we end up, in the middle of the table by any means. No. We'll be at 17. It'll be a last. Let's go to the last fixture. Sunderland. No. Go keep going down. Wolves the last one, right? It'll come down to.
No, it's not the last game of the season, but that's definitely one of the last ones. Last game of the season will be literally Leeds, Chelsea, Everton after Villa. Like this run-in is actually insane when you think about it.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's a really insane run-in. Because like you have Fulham, which Kelsey will tell you that it can be the 80th minute they don't give up. Like they literally just keep playing. They keep coming at you. Crystal Palace, last couple of years we all know how tricky they can be in general. You're traveling to Anfield. You have to beat Forest, who's also fighting for their lives. Sunderland, who's proven to be to give all the big teams trouble. Brighton, Wolves are fighting for their lives. And then, bro, you got title contenders Villa, Leeds in a relegation battle, Chelsea and Everton. It's just a crazy run-in, bro. It's a crazy run-in, man. If you guys drop points in these 2 games here, it gets very scary going to Anfield.
Yeah. The one thing I'll say is that the atmosphere today I felt was actually incredibly
Yeah.
positive for Tottenham. And see, that's where I actually, when I was watching the game, like for the first half, I saw that that the team was at least responding at points to the atmosphere in the stadium. So there are some positives that are going on there. But you're right; these next couple of games are going to be so crucial. I don't. I think I'm right there with you, Justin. I don't think Tottenham's going to go down this year. I don't think that they're going to get relegated, but it's going to be like nail biting probably towards the very end of things, just to are they going to be a couple points clear? Or are they going to be?
Here we go.
Speaking of the
Here we
atmosphere,
go.
Yeah.
this was amazing. This was amazing. I had to bring this up, bro. This is phenomenal out of the Gooners fans that were there, bro.
Yeah.
This was amazing. He is an Arsenal supporter, from what I hear. From what I hear, he is an Arsenal supporter. So probably due for that. Okay, so if they don't get relegated, if we go back to this schedule here, then who are they going to beat realistically? Like, you think they take out the relegation candidates that are beneath them? Because if we can bring this back up, let's just break it down. They beat Fulham away?
Yeah, we played better away. I'll say yes.
This got draw written all over it to me. But I don't know.
But a draw right now is probably still good. It's getting points.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think you need a max. I think you need max.
I mean, you need the max, of course.
You need the max. That's your
yes,
insurance.
bro. If you're not winning games at home, which you're not right now, it's crazy that, bro, isn't it insane? I don't think Tottenham has won a game in 2026.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah,
I don't think so.
I'm almost positive if I go back.
Well,
we beat the Premier League anyway. You beat Frankfurt.
I was going to say we've beat
Dortmund, but you have not won a Premier League game in the new year. That's crazy. That's insane, actually, bro.
Yeah,
I honestly can't believe that. That's wild. Have not won a game yet. And that's what I'm saying, bro. If we look at recent form, again, when they went to United, lost away, lost at home to Newcastle, lost at home to Arsenal. This is such a big game. Such a big game next weekend. I don't know, man. I'll put it this way. If you guys don't get max points, I don't feel confident about anything that's coming after that.
Yeah, and I'm just here to tell you, well, like I said, dude, that Croatian Jason Statham is going to come in there and he's going to say, dude, we've been taken. It's our dignity. Let's go get it back. Let's go get it back.
So I don't know, man. I think there's a world where you guys can get relegated. I think it exists. I think the biggest reason why is because of Forest will make it very, very difficult. And then of these three teams, you have to play only one of them, right? You don't have to play West Ham or Burnley. Those have already been played.
Yeah, West Ham.
And they beat us.
How have they done recently? I mean, I know that. I mean, they've been hitting their stride. They've been hitting their form. They're
on back-to-back draws. They haven't lost in 3, but they're on back-to-back draws right now against Bournemouth and against United. So, not bad. And the one team they did beat was Burnley. But that's what I'm saying, though. The reason, if you guys had more games against these bottom 4 in the final run-in, I would feel a little more encouraged. I think in a 1v1 scenario, you guys should be able to beat these teams, and they'll have just as much pressure on them as you. So, I think you guys can withstand that. But you're having to play teams here in this weird middle ground that are just so hard to beat, bro. Arsenal dropped points here. We nearly dropped points at Palace. Brighton's always a tough game for everybody. Leeds is upsetting everybody right now, it looks like. Bro, they just drew Villa. They just drew to Chelsea and Villa both away back to back. It's just difficult, man. It's very, very difficult. But I could just be hating. I don't know. But either way, you guys both equally feel that Tottenham will not be relegated when it's all said and done. No. You think it's going to be one of the teams that are already at the bottom?
Correct.
I think it's nail biting, but I think they'll be 16 or 17. I don't think they'll be relegated, though. No.
Yeah. Dude, if there's a 3-point gap on the final day of the season between Tottenham and whoever's going to be in the relegation battle, that final day of the season is going to be insane. It's going to be
crazy.
It's going to be pins and needles, especially if somehow. Let me ask you guys: if somehow there's a real world scenario, right, where Tottenham could win the Champions League because they're top 4 right now, and get relegated. So. In that world, do you think they would let Tottenham compete as a championship team? I feel like you'd have to.
Yeah, if you're the champion, there's no doubt.
Yeah, but what do you
Yeah, I
do
feel like you
then?
have
Like,
to.
like you're getting extra games. Nobody in your division of football is getting. Like, you literally have not a disadvantage, but it's just a completely different scenario.
I think it would be
Um,
a disadvantage because championship, I mean, that's 46 games in a year compared to Premier League, isn't it? I mean, how many games are in the Premier League?
38.
38. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's 8 additional games there, plus on top of FA Cup, any other competitions that you're going to be in, and then also Champions League. Like that would be, man, you got to get a deep roster at that point. So next like summer, if that happens, right, you just need the recruitment has to be on point for everything that Tottenham needs.
yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly.
Oh,
So I don't know, man. But equally, we're talking about two wildly unrealistic scenarios, right? Like technically, right? Tottenham actually getting relegated. I still think it's pretty wildly unrealistic, but it could happen. And then winning Champions League equally, I think is also
yeah.
pretty unrealistic. So
But if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk, dude. I think there are realities where Tottenham does get relegated 1,000%, but I don't think it's going to be right now. And in reality, too, right? I think we've, as fans, I think we've started to romanticize this idea that, well, someone new is going to come, like Poch. Poch is going to come back, and everything's going to be so much better. And like, dude, let's worry about right now. Like, let's worry about Poch. Like, I doubt Poch doesn't want to come coach in championship. So let's make this happen right now and stay up and work our way. Let's worry about the next fixture. Let's not worry too far in advance.
yeah, you think Poch comes back realistically?
After this World Cup, I mean, I know that we have some serious USA supporters in here, and I mean, obviously, the United States is going to win the World Cup, but I think
Obviously.
him obviously,
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 as we
I
typically tend to do. We're usually favorites.
oh no, dude. But I'm just saying, like, I think after this, he might look at it and say, "Hey, I think let's make it." But again, I don't know that that's the same guy that we had. The second once you break up with your ex the first time, when you guys get back together, that's not the same chick that you were dating the first time. There's
Yeah,
little things have happened. She's experienced things. You've experienced things. So now you're coming back together and seeing maybe does this work? You know what I
yeah.
mean?
She's
So
also in this scenario. She's been ran through like nobody's business. So I mean,
and wow,
if we're being serious, I mean that's legitimately what that's like right now. I mean, he's
wow,
coming back, and this chick is just in the worst state ever, almost to a toxic degree because of the sheer amount of mediocre gentlemen that she's entertained over the last I don't know how many years. So
Well, one of
yeah,
them bought her a ring, though. One of them in that run got her a ring. I mean, did it mean anything? No, because we still broke up with the guy, but we
yeah,
got him.
it turns out it didn't really mean anything.
Was that
It
the
wasn't a big enough
ring
ring. It wasn't a
pops?
big enough
The
ring, you know.
Oh, here we
was a
go.
ring
Yeah,
pop,
Big
you know?
enough.
yeah. At the end of the day, it's like it's a cool gesture, but she wants a real fucking ring, bro. You know, she wants an actual man to put a real diamond on her finger. What's that?
I said, I love Cupid zirconium or whatever it's called. Dude, sign me up. Looks great.
Yeah, bro. She wants a real ring on her finger, real diamond. Yeah, bro. I don't know. I think Poch is he probably could leave the US after the World Cup. I don't doubt that he will. It's just a matter of like, does he want like is this project encouraging enough for him now? When he took over our Tottenham the first time, it was different. Like they had almost hit a reset button so hard that they had a lot of youth to be excited about that you could kind of figure out a way to mold. That's how he was able to again discover right Harry Kane, help him get into form, bring in Heung-min Son. They had other ballers that were there. Ericsson was kind of doing his thing, playing well. Lamela, Dele Alli, all of these guys were like young and ready to be molded. You have some of that at Tottenham, but you also got some old heads there that probably just got to be moved on. So I don't know, man. It's a tough conundrum. I don't know if he would automatically take this job, but I do know that he what did he say? I think there was an interview where he got some flack for saying that winning the Champions League, I think, is or even the Prem potentially could be deemed bigger than winning the World Cup for him, which is wild to say while you're still the manager of the U.S. men's national team. But yeah, man, we'll see. Any last thoughts, Kelson? What were you thinking watching this, bro? Just as the neutral fan, the United fan doesn't have a stake in this game. How did you
What were
interpret
your
everything?
thoughts,
I was looking for
Kelso?
some good goals, man, and I think
Yeah.
it delivered on just some good quality goals. It had to be Eze that scored two. Good to see Gyökeres getting on the score sheet. Again, I want Arsenal to win the league right now just because I'm tired of seeing City win straight up. I'll be honest on that part. But outside of that, though, it's Tottenham's just struggling right now, and so it'll be nice to see if Tudor can actually do anything here. I don't know. I think Tudor is just kind of relatively unknown for myself at least. So is he the right man to actually turn or right the ship here at Tottenham?
No,
I have
just
no
say it.
idea.
Just say it. No, 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 no. Just say it. No,
Yeah.
we're not riding the fence here. He's not, bro. He's not. He's not. Like, think about it. Trent, would you say that Igor Tudor is automatically, for just even the remaining now 11 games left in the season, he's going to do a better job than Thomas Frank?
No, dude.
No,
Guys,
I'm telling you, bro.
the entire roster is destroyed. We could, guys, it doesn't, Pep could be over there right now, and Pep would go, dude, what do you want me to do? I have a system. but I'm being serious. I'm being serious. You can sit there and say, well, we have this system, but like, dude, we've got how many subs we have? Okay, we have 2 subs. How many of you play in the Oh, you're both defenders. Oh, well, I don't. Yeah, we are effed. Like, come on, bro. Like, be serious. Be serious. It's absolutely nuts, dude. Nuts. And for the record, the second pint group chat at approximately 11:04 a.m. Ooh, that was a pretty finish. Sounds really unbiased. Sounds like it, right?
Hey.
My responses, clearly, because I have no shame. I hate my life. We score, respond, copy, paste. Ooh, that was a pretty finish. That was my undoing right there. Then it had to be Eze. God, yeah, didn't it? It had to be Eze. You didn't go to your guys' club, am I right? I let him play for you. Shut up, Jose. And then at approximately 11:49, I'm rooting for Arsenal in this game. ... Middle finger reaction emoji. That's all I'm saying, guys. So while we're sitting here going, oh, you're the neutral fan. No, nonsense. Baloney. This was watched with a bias, and I will not stand for it.
Hey, actually, Jose, can you pull up that message I sent you on Instagram the other day?
Oh yeah, I definitely can. Give me a second. I wanted to say this. I think Gary Ward summarized what Trey was talking about to an extent. These players are clearly lacking in quality, confidence. Igor Tudor's on an ever-growing list of managers trying to get something positive from them. Today isn't on him. It's on the ownership and board for leaving us short of numbers and quality to progress as a team again. It's always next window or tomorrow with them, and tomorrow never comes. We are in serious, serious danger right now. I agree wholeheartedly. I think it's a tricky situation that you guys are in, but it's like this is the start potentially of the downward spiral if Tottenham does not figure it out. While I pull that up, we have about, I don't know, like 5-6 minutes left in here. Bro, we never talked about Big Ange. We never talked about the overlap, the interview, how everybody felt about that. Trejo, how are you? We talked about it a little bit, bro, during the game, but bro, the things he was saying about Tottenham, you'd be convinced he was a Tottenham hater too. Not because he was fired, but because like, you know what I mean? Like it's, I don't know, bro. He went so rogue with this interview. How do you feel about it?
So let me just say, right? Let me preface it with this. You're asking a guy who's watched this lot underachieve and not play well. Okay. So please understand what I'm saying, because you're going to hear Jose's take on it, which again, I agree, but we are so down bad. There's really nothing positive. So when you hear Ange, and again, guys, like what he said was just echoed in that tweet. Dude, to dare is to do. We don't do anything. And I'm sick of it, dude. Like, yeah, bro, shut up. You sound like a bitter ex when your ex has a really hot new girlfriend. You're like, oh, she was fat in high school. Man, that was 30 years ago. No one cares. She's hot right now. Okay.
Yeah.
You're a loser. Am I mad at Ange for what he said? Yeah, dude, come on, bro. You made club history. You really would be welcome back with open arms. The fans really do vibe with you. I like him. I like his whole demeanor. I actually like who he is. But bro, you say that, like, dude, that's how you get on people's like, you better not be around walking around Tottenham and hope they say, hey, bro, what was that you said about us on an interview? Right? Like, I get it, dude. I'm jaded too. So to agree with him to an extent of, yeah, bro, we haven't played well. This is who we are currently. And like I think Jose was right here and said, dude, I never thought we'd make it. Arsenal never make it out of a banter era. And here we are. Right. And I'm in that same space. But when your banter era feels like your entire existence, it's not great. And so I understand what he was saying, but at the same time, dude, hop off. You got sacked twice. You didn't even make it through another season. Other people just cut you right away, right? And I'm kind of wish we would have taken that same approach with Choo Choo Blood, old Thomas and Frank engine. But I mean, dude, in reality, man, to dare is to do. I wish we would do something. And it's always, we just don't do anything. It's always like, dude, that tweet was actually spot on. Did I write that?
Which one?
Just kidding. I was just kidding. It was
the
Dean
Ward guy.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. 100%,
it's like that meme. Tomorrow. The little kid. That's literally what this is. This is Tomorrow FC. Tomorrow things will be better. Tomorrow it won't hurt as bad. Tomorrow we'll get to break the game down. Look at the numbers. Was it really that bad of a performance? Guys, when you're losing, you're in a relegation battle as a quote unquote Big Six club. I'm not sitting here to say we're the least of the Big Six. Unfortunately, we are the least of the Big Six. So you can say what you want to say. I would never let somebody talk about my club like that. Guys, we don't have the results to back it. When you don't have results, when you don't have proof is in the pudding, you don't get to say, hey, I do all this. Yes, historically, you are one of the bigger clubs. Guess what, buddy? Right now, the last 20 years, I lied. Okay, shout out Poch. Okay, Champions League final, get all that. But like, when you don't do anything, bro, you just got to sit there and shut up. And just, we are where we are right now. Football heritage. And right now, Football Heritage says that's who we are. We are Tomorrow FC.
Yeah. What did Ange say to looking at that post there? Jamie asked, "Is there almost a lack of belief that you can go and do something?" And then he said, "Yeah, it's Spursy. 100% there is." Like that's. I mean, I'm not saying that he did himself. He did no favors to himself.
No.
You're right. If he ever shows back up to Tottenham, I mean, you got him a trophy, but that is literally it. That is the only recognition you're going to ever get there.
We were in the same position
now.
We were talking about relegation during that too. So, buddy, you didn't do you to finish fifth your first year, and then we have a lot of hope. Hey, man, we're going to be playing European football. This is a great place for us to be. Sure. Yes, I agree. But to back that up, the year after that, hey, man, it's like what I don't understand is it's almost like we said, you know what? This extra game a week, the one that like is the bonus game, what we're not going to do is the ones we're guaranteed. We're not going to prep for those. F all that, dude. We don't care about it. We're just going to go out here and freestyle it. And hopefully what we do is just good enough. But what I'm really going to do is pour my heart and soul into these extra games, the ones that aren't guaranteed, so I can do this, so I can win something. Because I win something every year, everywhere I've been, mate. Everywhere I've been, mate, we win something second year. So it's frustrating in all honesty. It's absolute. It's whatever.
Yeah, these are some of the quotes that were pulled from that interview, by the way. When you look at their expenditure, particularly in the wages structure, they're not a big club. You walk into Tottenham, you see to dare is to do, I guess is a quote inside the locker room of the stadium, yet their actions are almost the antithesis of that. Finishing fifth in my first year didn't get us Champions League. We didn't have the money, so we ended up signing Treo's favorite player, Dom Solanke, who I was keen on, and 3 teenagers. They're outstanding young players, but they're not going to get you from 5th to 4th or 3rd. And then, what Kelson referenced, he was looking at some of the guys, Neto, Mbumo, Semenyo, Gehi. And is there almost a lack of belief that you can do something? Yes, it's Spursy. 100% there is. So I don't know, man. I'll say this, though. Bro, if Unai Emery had been spouting off shit like that after he left Arsenal, I would have been furious. There would have been every Arsenal fan up in arms, 100% against this guy, and there kind of already is, right? And he hasn't even done anything since leaving. We're only pissed at him for how he performed as a manager in his time at Arsenal. I can only imagine if we were in firm relegation battles and he was mouthing off afterward to the press, or to any in an interview or something. Just didn't make sense to me. But hey, and again, anyone wants to say like, hey, Spurs fans are being soft about it or anything else, bro. I mean, they're kind of right for those who are aggrieved by this. Bro went to fucking Nottingham Forest, and if he's so damn good, how come he wasn't able to stay there longer than a handful of months? Yeah, I don't know, man. I personally don't believe he's good enough to be a Prem manager. Like Ange he's like a romantic guy. Like I think he's what you want your manager to be. Personality wise, likability, even his thoughts on football, being open with your play, not playing terrorist football. But he's Amorim. He's Ruben Amorim. He's so rigid in his approach, will not bend on anything, that he makes every one of his teams extremely susceptible in a very physical league. So I don't know, bro. I personally don't think he can cut it in the Prem unless he just decides to finally grow up a little bit, mature, and realize that you can't just play the way you want to play, and regardless of how your team's performing, and just hope that it works. So anyway, man, what a day. What a weekend of football, man. What a weekend. FC Dallas won MLS. Arsenal took home North London Derby. Barca back on top in La Liga. Bro.
United plays tomorrow, so that's going to be interesting to see against Everton.
Bro, the only way it's the perfect weekend is Everton also win, bro. Everton also win.
Dude,
we're talking about generational weekend, generational hate watch weekend. Closing thoughts, lads.
That's crazy.
Spurs do something, make a statement. Stop sitting here and accepting what it is. Somebody needs to be the spearheading of, hey, this is the change we seek. This is the change we want. Somebody needs to do that. In any successful corporation, team, club, whatever it is, there's one person who says, hey, this is who we are. This is what we do. Stop.
Who's that one person for you? Who's that one person for you?
It should be your manager. It should be your manager, but we don't have a good one right now. It starts with, let's actually, first of all, let's go down structurally. The board, you guys who control the money and have the money, spend it. Go get players. You set the tone by saying, hey, we are willing to invest whatever it is, Mr. Manager, that we see fit to help you win. Manager, it's your job to say, hey, fellas, look, this is the way things have been. This is how things are going to be different. You will not accept this. You will not accept that. You will not concede points. You will be competitive. You will achieve, because some of the best freaking coaches, managers, whatever you want to call it, has called people out and said, hey, bro, you've got to do this. We talked about it earlier. There's always a coach that knows how to say, hey, man, you suck. And maybe not in those direct words, but hey, you suck. What are you going to do about it? Are you okay with just not scoring bangers? Do you do you want to sub on for 5 minutes and just kind of hang out, trot, and maybe you'll score a garbage time goal? There's one coach.
I will say yes is the answer. Look at this clip I just found. Someone just posted this. Look at Igor Tudor trying to tell Mickey Van de Ven what to do in the back. He's telling him to push up, and he's just like, nah, I'm good.
That's crazy.
He's just telling him straight up, nah, I'm good, bro. Don't worry about it. He's signaling him over again, trying to tell him what to do. And Van de Ven's just like, nah, that's your captain.
Yeah, that's your captain. But that tells you, hey, it's time to go now. If you're not going to get with the program, and I don't know that he is the program, okay? Van de Ven might be looking, but again, right, it's also important that you look at your players. Who is a cancer here? Who is going to be anti, what do we need to get done? Because you have guys that are jaded. Hey, man, right now, no offense. If I'm him, hey, bud, I'm the leading scorer on the team. Watch your tone. Pipe down, brother, because I've been scoring bangers in here. You just got here, and you think you're doing so. You're not going to tell me a thing because I've been balling. Right? He's a dude. Now, do I pull you after this game and say, all right, brother, so now there's something on Twitter where I'm telling you to push up and you literally dub me in front of all these people? We need to have a discussion about that. Now, I'm not going to call you out in front of everybody, but what you did was deplorable and wrong. You can't do that, bro. If we're going to not get relegated, you're going to have to buy into what I'm selling. Now, on that same tip, he's got to be man enough to go, you know what? I was wrong for that. My bad. Win, lose, or draw, you're the boss. I'm going to do what you say. Because at the end of the day, Van de Ven, if you leave, you're going to get a payday. People are going to go pay for you, brother. You can ball. You got to go. So again, dude, it literally has to start from the top to bottom. And see, there you go. You could have had Gordio. Thank you. I just said that. You could have Pep out here, and these dudes wouldn't respond because they're like, well, I don't think you really want us to win. We want to be like, dude, losing and being a loser is toxic in any type of setting you're in. If you, what's the old that it's on a Young Jeezy song? If you hang out with a loser, you will be a loser. That's
Yeah.
simple as that. So who is willing to put their ego to the side and say, hey, look, this is how the expectation is when we train. This is the expectation about when we play. This is the expectation that we carry ourselves outside of the training grounds. Who's going to start that? And it should be the manager. I like a little fire there. I like him saying, bro, what are you doing? Push up. I love that. That shows me you're not afraid as a leader to say, hey, bro, I don't care that you're the captain. Do as I say. I run this ship. I'm the captain of this ship. You are not, brother. Move your little tail up. So
This is
again,
this is when you need like an Amarim, who got rid of the players that were the bomb squad, if you will, right? You need someone that it doesn't really matter if they get results immediately. I think you're hitting it on
Let
the
me
head,
ask you. Let me ask you.
to turn over some players.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this though, because I think it's a different scenario. Okay, that's a great topic you brought up there, Kelson. If Bruno Fernandes was acting the way Mickey Van de Ven is towards Emerim, how do you think he would? Do you think he would get the Marcus Rashford treatment?
Bruno? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's an easy thing to say that, oh, he needs to sack up and just like be a manager and do it. But bro, who else do you have? Who else does Spurs have? Van de Ven is the best player on the pitch for that team. Like, bro, I'm telling you, you could say whatever about Amorim and his style, but I guarantee you, if Bruno was mouthing off, he'd be like, yep, yes, sir. This is your team, brother. I'm here. I work for you. I legitimately work for you. There's no world where Bruno gets benched for doing something like that.
No, but Bruno also has some stats to prove behind why.
But that's what I'm saying. So does Van de Ven, bro. As a center back, he's matching some of the top goal scorers in the league.
Oh, for sure. But
you're the best kid on a terrible team. That doesn't mean anything. Somebody has to be the best.
Okay,
if you're bad,
if you're in a relegation battle, you're not benching your best player because he threw an attitude on the pitch. You're not. You need.
No, I'm not saying you bench him
every game.
But I just said you don't bench him. I wouldn't bench him. But I'm gonna pull you into my office and say, hey, bro, what you did is not okay, and I'm not gonna let this slide.
You're not gonna be here at the end of the year. Fuck off.
And guess what, brother? You might not either. So enjoy this. So I guess we'll go down together. Yeah. Cool. You can, because guys, people can do one of two things. People can either work for you. I work for you. I'm going to, whatever you say. Yes, yes, yes. Or people can work with you. You want people to work with you because then they have an emotional investment into what you're doing. That's why we see so many people vibe out of certain corporate cultures. Hey, bro, I don't want to work for anybody. I want to work with someone for a common goal. The problem is right now, we don't have a common goal. What is it now? Is it finish the Champions League? Is it win the Champions League? Do we just really want to focus on, hey, let's throw everything from Champions League and go ahead and just try to make sure we don't get relegated? What is that right now? And unfortunately for many of us, we don't know. The club has refused to say, hey, this is our focus right now. There isn't a direction. And I'm going to tell you what, dude, the worst thing to do is get in a car and drive and not know where you're going because gas costs. Because eventually it's going to hit. You're going to that little bing in your car is going to go off and you go, I got to go get gas. Oh, yeah. Oh, crap. There's no gas station. Yeah, dude, because you're an idiot. You weren't paying attention. So I get it, bro. I hear what you're saying fully. It's just, to me, dude, there's a lack of leadership, bro. And not to say that everybody's leadership style is different. And I think, again, we talk about Ange and his ability to actually talk to the guys as human beings, not, hey, I'm coach, you are player. That exists there, but there's a way to talk to them in a way to get them to buy into what you're doing. Like, dude, even when they were losing, you could see the guys were like listening to Ange. Richie has never looked as good than when he was sitting there with his stepdad Ange on the sideline. He's going, hey, son, God, I love you. You're such a man. You're so good. I love what you're doing.
It's sad that he needs that. It's
sad, bro, but that's kids. Mm-hmm. That's human beings. Some human beings need that person that says, hey, look, this is what we're missing from you. This is what we need.
It leads me to believe he hasn't faced enough adversity up to this point in his career if he needs that at this point. Like, it's like, how did you get here? How did you get from the slums of Brazil to the Premier League without being able to overcome obstacles on your own? Like, I just don't know. Like to me, that's it's like, I get it, bro. Yes, we're all humans. We all have different mental obstacles we have to overcome, et cetera, different circumstances in life, and they plague us. I get that, right? But it's subjective to each individual person. If we gave every one of those weight, no player would ever have an excuse for having a bad game. Like, at some point, bro, you just kind of got to get the fuck over it and start performing, right? Or go to another league where you will perform. But you're not doing it at Tottenham, you know? And again, it can't be Richarlison needs this type of coach to perform.
Correct,
If that's the case, he wasn't worth 60 million. He just wasn't.
Yeah,
No doubt. No doubt. I agree with that
true.
1,000%.
Yeah, just wasn't worth the money, because like, you just need someone who could perform even when they're not in form, right? Which is one of the biggest criticisms of Jokic is, right now, who did bag a brace. He needed it so bad, talking about strikers that just need goals to kind of fall their way. And both goals were bangers, bro. Both goals were absolute bangers. So I think it's gonna do a lot for his confidence moving forward too. Last thing I wanted to mention, it is a historic day with this result now, at least when it comes to the rivalry between Arsenal and Tottenham. Arsenal have now won 5 consecutive league games versus Tottenham for the first time in Premier League history. The 4-1 today is Arsenal's biggest away victory against their rivals in the league since 1978. It's also Arsenal's first league double over Spurs in back-to-back seasons since the 80s. So it's, I don't know, man. Like I said, it's one of those things where I came into this, and I'll be honest, bro, I was more nervous about this game because Arsenal's coming off of 2 back-to-back very weird, very odd negative results. I didn't know what to expect with this game. But I don't think I was worried about Tottenham beating us. I was worried about Arsenal beating themselves. And now I think we all see why. It just, this I think goes to show where Tottenham is. This is probably as bad as it's been in 20 years. You just got to find a way to, like, I'm not saying even be more competitive with Arsenal, but I think if you're going to prove to yourselves that you guys deserve a manager who's worthy of taking you to the next level, you got to win. You got to stay in the league with what you have now. Player injuries, Igor Tudor as the interim manager, all these weird obstacles that are in front of you, gotta find a way to put them to the side and stay in the league, bro, because these teams around you are not going to give a shit. If anything, they will take so much pride in being the teams that knocked Tottenham into the championship. It's going to be an insane relegation battle. This might be the last thing I'll ask you guys. We'll call it here. Is this going to be the most exciting relegation race in like recent Premier League history?
I was going to say, this is probably the first time I've ever paid attention to a relegation race. So for me, yes.
I will say, not for me. I've definitely paid attention to some, because West Ham's been in this weird position before, even when they had Declan Rice. Obviously, Arsenal's had some pretty bad years where we were hovering around 14th or 15th, so I can't even talk that much shit. But
Only?
Yeah, only there. Never below that. Never to the level of Tottenham. Never to the level of Tottenham. Or United for that matter.
Yeah, let's chill.
I forgot I was talking to, was it 15th and 17th place last season? That's crazy. Yeah, bro. I've never experienced this. I never thought I'd see one of the big 6 firmly in a relegation race heading into March. Haven't seen it. So yeah, man. Trejo, you got your closing thoughts? I appreciate you, bro, for dude, agreeing to to record right after the game. I know you're pissed. It is what it is. I've been there. I was there last week against Wolves, and we didn't even lose the damn game. So yeah, bro. Kelso, closing thoughts on your side?
No, I think just good weekend of football overall. Looking forward to tomorrow's result for United, seeing how we do against Everton. So that'll be an interesting one. But
Draw
let's just
incoming.
see where
Draw
the rest
incoming.
of this. Yeah, let's just see where the rest of the season goes for both teams, for all 3 teams.
Yeah, guys, is Arsenal now firmly back in control of the title race?
I don't think so just yet. I think they're still favorites in my opinion, but I don't think that they're in control just because of the last 2 results that have happened. So I think there's still some questions, but I am again rooting for Arsenal right now. So I do hope that Arsenal ekes it out.
Yeah.
Nope, they bottle it. City up. Let's go.
I will say, even mathematically, we were 1,000% in full control of the title race. I think it's up to us. I think we win the Carabao Cup final. I think it's all just the most positive downhill sprint from there. And so for me, everything hinges upon Wembley. But we will find out. We'll discuss that in a future episode. That's it for today, guys. We want to get this up pretty quickly after the game. I'm going to try and get it up and running as soon as I can. If you guys enjoyed this content, again, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the Second Pint. Let us know what you want us to talk about next. Obviously, today, the big topic is North London Derby, but a really interesting title race is kind of juicing up as we speak now between City and Arsenal. Villa, Liverpool still in the mix, Tottenham in a relegation battle, and somehow United might find a way to crack top 4. So a lot of different storylines that we could talk about. If you want us to go anything much deeper, let us know. But other than that, we appreciate you guys. From everybody here at Second Pint, my name is Jose. That's Kelso. That's Trejo. We'll catch you guys next time.